Can I get 2 waters?
2 waters?
Yeah.
I was born and raised in Fresno. I had a very decent upbringing. I had 2 loving parents. I'm the middle child. I have 2 brothers, the peacemaker of the brothers. I played sports all 4 years of high school. I was very active, very athletic. I had very good ethics instilled in me, and I had a very, very decent childhood. I don't have any negative memories or any traumatic events happen to me when I was a child. Sometime in the middle of high school, it was just getting together with friends every single weekend, and everybody would get together and we'd drink on the weekends or smoke pot here and there. There wasn't anything crazy. I didn't think it was anything like abnormal growing up because everybody else was doing it. Increased from drinking every weekend, and maybe we started doing coke. And I'd always had a love for benzos like Xanax because I've always struggled with anxiety. These are what my friends are doing. We're doing these on the weekend. We're doing them in a group setting. So there was no, red flags going off in my head. I had tried OxyContin. I was like, oh, this is one of the best feelings I've ever felt in my life. And you think, oh, I want to feel that again. So you do it the next day, and you do it the next day, and pretty soon it's been 2 or 3 weeks, and you try and stop, and you cross this line, and your body's like, no, we need more of what we're doing to feel better. And you're like, oh, I might have a drug problem. You rationalize it just like that, and you're like, oh, I have a drug problem. So it's living a double life, like being able to go into any social setting you want to, people not knowing, but at the same time, you have this huge drug problem and you're trying to balance it. I mean, I still had a license, I had a car, I paid all my bills. The pharmaceutical companies started outlawing OxyContin. I was gonna do heroin, so it was half the price, same high. So everybody I know transitioned to heroin until fentanyl came onto the scene. I just remember somebody had said, hey, I have this, do you wanna try this? And I had tried it, and it was one of the most powerful highs I'd ever had. And it was enough to where I was like, I want that again over anything else I've done. So it wasn't like tiptoeing into that. It was, I want this every single time. So heroin went right out the window. In 2022, my father passed, and my dad was truly one of the only people who understood where I came from. Everybody knew about my addiction, but my dad could at least talk to me, encourage me, tell me, hey, if I could trade places with you, I would. If I give you a silver bullet, I would. But he's like, Danny, you have to do this by yourself. And until you figure it out, you're gonna struggle, dude. So when he died unexpectedly, I think it shook what little foundation I still had left. I just didn't care anymore. I didn't want to die, but I didn't care if I was alive either. I met Howie the day I moved into sober living, and we just started hitting it off. We used the same substances, and so he was my first real true friend in sobriety. There's different meetings like AA and NA, and I was like, there has to be one for fentanyl, and there wasn't. So we looked it up, like, how's there not one? Fentanyl's such a big problem. Everybody talks about fentanyl. It's always in the news. And we kind of looked at each other, like, you think we could do this? And so we 501c3'd it, and just kind of been moving since then.
What breed? What breed of dog is that?
He's a little rescue.
Very interesting.
Right.
He gets confused with a skunk a lot, but that's about it. Exactly.
Just friends.
I have a pretty decent life today. I have my family back in my life. I have friends that support me. I have a full-time job. I have a girlfriend who has 2 boys, and I'm trying to re-enroll in school and just move from there. I just say my favorite hobby right now is paying bills. That's it. I don't owe anybody anything. I'm just genuinely content of where I'm at. When I was using, I had always told myself, if I could just get clean, Danny, if I could just get clean, I would run with it. So I got clean and I'm gonna run with it.